Hello, everybody. Welcome here or welcome back. Once again, I'm listening to magical fairy forest music stuff. Um, yeah, it's a nice day today, and since we keep going between really cold and really nice, and tomorrow the temperature's supposed to drop quite suddenly again. So I thought, well, we haven't gone to see Nanny in a while, so today I think we should endeavor to do that. So I'm going to get ready for that now. Scooby is resting on the sofa. Right, Scooby? Yeah, you are. Now, somebody had mentioned when I'm putting these things on that, one should be lifting things up. Now, when I was in hairdressing school, I've been a licensed hairstylist, since the 80s. So when I was in hairdressing school, we were taught very specific manipulations for men and women when you're applying things to their face. And with women, you are supposed to, indeed, everything is in an upward motion, upward. And men, everything is down, down. Don't ask me why there's a difference. I think it's probably marketing, much like anything else that is ridiculously gender diverse that way when it shouldn't be. I guess, what do they call it? Pointlessly gendered. I mean, skin is skin, so if it's okay to pull things down, it's okay to pull things up. I don't really understand the difference. I know gravity, so you're trying to pull things up, but if you're stretching the skin, you're stretching the skin. Gravity's still going to pull it whatever way gravity pulls it. So I don't really understand the point of that. But, maybe there's more research on it than I'm aware of. It's just logic dictates to me that it really shouldn't make too much of a difference. It could also just be that men don't care, or people don't care if men get sort of saggy skin, so pull it down, who cares? And women want to keep it up. I don't know. I think more it's probably a psychological difference than a physical one, but I don't know. I've been pulling my skin down, putting stuff on for, the better part of 60 years. And I have not really had any more or less problem than other people. Uh, I think all in all, for my age, I'm looking pretty darn good, and I don't do really good care of my skin. I wash with just soap and water. I don't really moisturize. I use my Event Hydrants Boost, but that's all over like just the last 3 years. I started doing that kind of thing. But I do not moisturize on a regular basis. I don't do anything special on a regular basis. I just do the makeup and stuff for fun, and then I will remove it. Occasionally, I have fallen asleep in it. Doesn't seem to be the end of the world either, but I don't really recommend that. But at night, we slough an entire layer of our skin anyway, so anything that's sitting on the skin is going to slough off. So as long as we wash our face later, it's fine. Now, the one thing I do think is possibility is things that are sitting on your skin that are unnecessary, even if it's just your own dead skin cells, are going to block your skin. So I do think it's important to wash that off. Overnight, I don't think that's going to make much of a difference. So every once in a while, if you didn't get to wash it off your face or don't have it fully removed with proper makeup removers and wipes and things, it's not the end of the world, or at least it has never been for me. Now, that being said, everyone's skin is different and reacts different, so anything that might work for me may not work for anybody else. I don't know that. I can only speak from my own experience and my own observations and my own reality. So that's where everything that I talk about is coming from. Let us move on. I'm going to actually put on my pore filler today because I wanted to do that many times. So here we go. I'm going to see if I can show people how it comes out. See, it's this weird, like it's not, not a cream or anything. It is, I don't even know how to describe it, right? So let's see if I can show, see, like it doesn't, like it's not like a cream, like it doesn't blend in, like it just stays a little bit, I'm going to use the word curdy, like in cheese. They're like more like a cheese curd thing. Like once I get it on my face and smush it in, it's good. But all of that stuff can fall off little bits or a big chunk. Like it is the bane of my existence, but I really like the job it does. And it feels so smooth on the skin. Like it doesn't feel like I've got something caked on my skin trying to fill those pores. It cleans off really well and easy, so I'm going to have to learn. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? Oh, right there. I'm going to have to learn how to work with this better. And just a pore filler. Doesn't even really give instructions or anything, but I figure how hard can it be? But I do think that things like that are a little bit different than like a cream or a lotion or a paste or any of the things that people might be familiar with texturally, I think it would be wise to have like a little bit of a something on the packaging to say you may find this and this is how you use this, because it's a little bit different. But maybe they want people to lose a bunch of product so that they have to buy it more often. I don't know. But there's got to be an easier way to work with that product. Maybe there's a proper applicator that would make things like that easier. Maybe I should be putting that onto like a sponge of some kind and putting that on. I don't know. I just use it the way I use it. Okay, so that's on. That's good. So eyebrows, of course. So it's just going to be grab a random, okay, that's a lift and snatch. Going to use it whatever it is. Soft brown. Gosh, I've been lucky lately, which is probably going to cause me to run out of this. It's the one that I bought the most recently. I mean, that's still months and months ago. But it is my newest one, and I bet you it's going to run out first. Maybe I'll just... Okay, since I like to experiment, I'm going to put this on the inside part of my brows. And then I'm going to put one of the darker ones. I'm just going to grab a random old one, and we've got the Lasso Espresso, which is my darkest one. Because I've seen people do eyebrows where they're sort of darker on the outside. So I'm just gonna try and... So we have a little bit darker on the outside, a little softer on the inside. I don't know if that makes a difference, but it's fun to play around and change things up. Oh, it's nice to have a little breathing time right now. I hope everybody else is getting some nice time to breathe. And that they get to spend their days doing things that make them happy. I know that's easier said than done sometimes, but it is always my goal. Even when things are challenging and a struggle, I find something simple that brings me pleasure that I can accomplish so that I have something to focus on during times of difficulty. Not to the point where I ignore a problem, but sometimes you have to take a breather in order to solve a problem. If you stay in the situation that you're trying to solve, sometimes it's very hard to see a direction to take. So I find if you take a step back, take a breath, look at things from the outside, try to depersonalize it to the best of your ability, then when you step back in, you have a focus as to what you think you should be, where you should be going to solve that problem in a better fashion. And I find that that kind of clarity is very helpful to keep me not only de-stressed, but helps me get to a solution faster than I would otherwise. But that again, my personal way of handling things that I found works for me. Now, I know that other things work for other people and that those things don't work for me. So I certainly know for a fact that what works for me isn't going to work for everyone else. But if anyone thinks that it might, try and apply some of these things to your life if it makes a positive difference. And I'm really, really glad that I could share that with you, because figuring out a lot of those kind of things, how to handle your own emotions, how to deal with problem solving, all of those things are very personal, very challenging, and it is not easy for anybody to grow as a person. It's not. Anybody that says it's easy isn't actually doing it. To grow as a person, you have to do a lot of self reflecting. You have to be appropriately critical with yourself, which is not always the easiest thing to do. Uh, it's very easy to be overly critical or to dismiss and make excuses for things that deep down inside you really know aren't something you should be defending. But, these are the things I've discovered even about myself. It's not the same kind of Zen day, but I do want to, kind of bring in elements of that, because I found that to be a very, very peaceful, albeit slower process for getting things done. I'm not exactly in a rush today, but I don't want to be dilly-dallying. Haven't used that expression in a while, dilly-dally. Who wants to dilly-dally? I do not want to dilly-dally. I want to be expedient. Okay, now I need to put on primer, which I don't have, so I'm gonna, no. Do I want to use up all my concealer that way? No, I do not. So, alternatively, I'm going to go back to my something in here. I wonder if I just use my, okay. I'm taking my quo in the pearl, which really doesn't show. Does it show the pearlescent quality? Because it's so hard to see. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna stick my finger in here so I can go, ooh, it's creamy. and see about putting that on as a primer. Save my expensive Lise Wattier, because this was only $10. My Lise Wattier things are much more expensive, so much harder to replace. And I really don't, or have not yet found a use that I really like this for yet. So I am going to see if that makes a good primer to put my other things on, because it just has a sheen. It's a little tacky. Can you see? Does it show the sheen? Does it show the sheen? Does it look like Charlie or Martin? Do I want to use tape? I haven't used the tape in a while. I think I'm going to use the tape. For anybody that hasn't seen me use the tape, I take this paper medical tape to lay down to give myself a nice clean line. Nice clean line under the shadow. Now that does mean that I want to take this right out to there in a tiny little line. So we're gonna stretch that a little bit. See, the more I play around, the more I muck things up. But I still don't know how to not play around with things. It's just too much fun. So I think I'm going to try and put the light colors out first and concentrate where they go. I just don't know what I want to use for those colors. Got this bright green here, so that's very bright. Take the brush that I had my original sort of under eye color, which I always take sort of a tan kind of color, a cream color, a taupey color. And then I'm just going to try and blend that on the outside. This is just what was on the brush of that same color that I'm just going to kind of go and stamp it back in a little. I'm just going to work back and forth between putting it on and blending it in until I'm satisfied, or until I just give up and want to move on. Either way, it's all the same. Let's see, maybe a little bit under here. I don't know if there's anything much left on this brush. But if there is, I want to make it count. Now I think I'm going to take just a little bit on the end. Yeah, that makes a difference. but I often try just to see if there's anything left on the brush before I pick up more product that I often just have to clean off. See, the other day I put the white on first, and I think that that is something I want to do again. So take the white, and I'm just starting about halfway. And I just kind of soften it a little with my fingers before I put anything else down. And I think I'll save the black till later because it smudges some. So what do I want to do next? I think I want a darker green or a blue. I like putting different colors in. I'll go to that color. So of course I'm using my I Love the World palette. Big shout out to Candy Casey for giving me this palette that I just love so much. And she knows I use it a lot. I really appreciate when people do special things for me. I don't forget. And then I always feel when they need something from me, I feel very much, I don't want to say obliged, I feel genuinely wanting to to help them with whatever it is that I can contribute to make their life easier or better. So it's just it's kind of nice. It's nice to be appreciative of the things that other people do for you. It's very easy to not do things like that, to just, it's kind of almost thoughtless, like you just go on with your life and you kind of forget sometimes what people have done for you, and that's kind of sad. I don't normally do color differences on the bottom so much, so this is kind of interesting. I've got the green up here and then the green down here, so again I'm keeping those angles this way and seeing what that does for me. Again, I want to see, okay, are you clean? Are you clean brush? Yes, you are. Now, is there a green or a light yellow or something I can put on this part of my eye in here? Unless I want to take, oh, no. Don't screw it up now. Well, here's a color I don't seem to have ground into anything. So let's see, what are you? It's that kind of color, whatever that is. So we're going to see. Interesting. And then, ooh, ideas. So I put on some yellow. And I'm going to see if I can put some yellow up in here. Yes. Because green, yellow, and blue make green, so it makes sense to put those colors together. And there's my oops. There we go. I think I want to put that blue back in. Put some more of that blue back in. Now I want my coal liner. There you are. I use the Lancome coal liner in black coffee. Actually, I'll put some glitter on first. Is that what I'm trying to do? Alright, what's this one? This is sort of green and blue and gold. So I'm going in with actually some gold on here. Copper, actually, it looks almost like copper. It's not really as reddish as copper, so it's like a deeper gold. I just keep changing it as I go. Okay, moment of truth. Ugh. There we go. I'm going to take my concealer. BB cream, and I'm going to put that here and here. And here. And now I'm going to take my foundation that I normally just mix together. But today, I'm going to put that on here because it's just slightly deeper. And here. And here. So there's not enough differentiation to really be contouring, putting it on that way. But it is a little bit different, and it's not piling everything on top of each other, so that's kind of good. Um, okay, so I guess that means now I'm onto the contour palette that I know the lid comes off of now and falls, so I'm just going to set that somewhere. I'm going to set that over there. And I'm going to take the brush that I usually put it on with is a natural bristle brush, which I really hate, but it works for this, so I save it exclusively for like my contouring things. So I'm just going to really lightly put that on, like just barely touching the surface. Normally I grind this in, but I'm going to just gently put that along here and in here where I normally put them. I'm just going to try and make it a little bit less like I just have dirty face. And I think I'm going to take and put some blush on today. So I'm going to take this palette here, and I think I'm going to take this right here, just to put a hint of color in my face. And across the bridge of my nose, a little bit there. Okay, and then I take that brush and I put that away because I will have too much product on there. So I take a different brush that I save just for this kind of thing, and I blend away. See, now if I take my e.l.f. bronze, or my e.l.f. highlight in this sort of goldeny peach color, and I put it here, I don't know if that shows. I know I can see it. It has a shine right up in here. And mascara. That's what I want to do. Mask. Oh my gosh, it's so. It really is trying to dry closed. There we go. I don't know if that means I'm coming to the end or whether it's because I wipe it too much up here and I need to clean that edge off. Thing. Try and draw that. Up that way. Alrighty then. So until the next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other. So until the next time, take care of yourselves and each other.